Welcome, everybody. Welcome to today's call. And I apologize, Isha's not here. She couldn't hop on because of the Wi-Fi issue today. And she's actually having a holiday with her friends. And she said she was going to be on, but the call just kept dropping, which is why I was like, it's okay for it today. And welcome, everyone, to an introduction to 100 Days How to Become Money Workbook. A call that, a commitment that is kind of big if you look at it logically. It's kind of huge. 100 days commitment. But what if that is what your life is about? What if that's the commitment you want to be with yourself every moment of your life? I mean, it's just 100 days of your life. And if we run away from that, what about the rest of your life? And if you embrace that, what if that's the beginning? What if that is the beginning to your creating a reality you know is possible? And for a few of you who've done the How to Become Money Workbook, you know how magical it is. You know, you read it once and things just go literally like, oh my God, it just changed. It's literally like that. And for a few of you who've not done has anybody not done the How to Become Money Workbook before here? Anybody? Anybody? Hands up, anybody? I mean, I have done it like 100 times, but anybody not done it? Okay. Has everybody done it? Me. Okay, Rohini. Oh my God, you better do it, woman. Okay, so, all right, Bhavna. Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that you haven't done it before. And thank you for actually being here. For being here to know more about it. So when this money workbook actually, this was the first book, and the first. So for everybody who knows Access Consciousness, we know that Gary Douglas, when it started out, he used to channel Rasputin, and this book was actually written even before the clearing statement was created. So it's literally the start of Access. It's what changed Gary's life. He channeled Rasputin, and the entire workbook is in the form of a conversation. The entire workbook is in the form of a dialogue. You know, it's between Rasputin and the participants, and it's a beautiful. It's literally about, and it actually gets you so present with your points of views about money, your points of views about what. So okay, let me just before we even go there. When you have a point of view about anything, the only reason you keep that point of view, the only reason that you hold on to that point of view, so you can justify the rejection. You can justify your rejecting what is truly available for you. We look at a point of view about, say, relationships, money, business, your body, sex, whatever, whatever you're looking at. If you have a point of view around that, the only purpose of that point of view is so you can protect receiving from that. So all the points of views that you have, that you are using to reject the ease, joy, and glory that you could be choosing. Would you all please destroy and uncreate all of that?
Yeah.
Right, wrong, good, bad, hot, popcorn, 9 shots, boys and beyonds. So this money workbook started with getting us, the purpose of this money workbook is to get us present with our points of views. And it's like to keep one point of view. You've all heard this. If many of you, I know most of you have done Access, and a few of you are here who've not done Access before. So Your points of views create your reality. Okay, your reality does not create your points of views. So when you have points of views, even if you have one point of view, to maintain this one point of view, you have to have more points of views around it that maintain this point of view. And then to maintain all these various points of views around it, you have to have more points of views around that to maintain that. So it's like this is one point of view, and then you have these points of view, like 10 of them. And then each 10 of them has another 10 or 15 of them to maintain that. And then another 10 of them has another 20 of them to maintain that. So it's like, and then from there, those 20, each of those 20 points of views, each of those 20 points of views have another 15, 20, 30, 100, 1,000, million points of views to maintain that. I mean, that's how crazy our lies are, right? I mean, how many lies are we using? How many lies are we instilling into the lie that we bought as our reality to maintain that? That doesn't allow us to change it. Everything that brought up. Would you all destroy and uncreate that, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, what, online shots, boys and beyonds. So when you change one point of view, a number of points of views literally fall. It's like, oh, I changed that point of me and everything changed. Yes, because when you are willing to get present with that one point of view, you could now shift everything around that, just keeping that point of view alive for you. So every point of view, the reason of having every point of view is to limit you. So you don't receive what the universe is here to give to you. I'll hold on to my points of views so I don't receive from the universe, so I can judge what the universe is giving me, and I can finally reject it based on my point of view. See, my point of view was right. Everywhere you've done that and everywhere you do that, cognitively, unconsciously, and consciously, would you all please just try and uncreate that? Right, wrong, good, bad, what, walk on 9 shots, boys and beyonds. So Manisha, please ask your question, honey. Thank you, Kausha. I'd love you to unmute yourself and go for it.
My question was this, that whenever I read these books, the perspective is not the money what changes. So upgrade in different is that only me or it happens with everyone? That's the question.
I know it just happens with you because you are just a smart one. That's what I said. It's funny how, you change one point of view and everything else changes because that one point of view is what you're using to hold back. So when you read the money workbook, what you really get is present with your points of views, and then the willingness to pock and pod every point of view that has you actually changing everything in your life, which kind of looks like an upgradation. Oh, I just upgraded my life from pathetic to not so pathetic. And from not so pathetic to probably good. And from good to probably more possibilities. And from possibilities, magic, which is the space of you, friends. Magic, mysteries, miracles, possibilities. Are you willing to receive and to be that energy? Right, wrong, good, bad, what, rock, online shots, boys and beyonds. And to be that is the willingness to give up your points of views. And that is what this book does, which is what Manisha kind of matches with what you said, because I thought I was just doing a money workbook. I thought I just was wanting to change my money flows. No, because money is you and you are money. So when you start to look at that energy, you start to change everything. That is what contributes to who you be. Thank you for your question, Manisha. Do you have any questions on money workbook? money or on the money workbook or anything at all. Go for it. I can keep talking. I love talking. I don't have a problem with that. But I would love your questions. So it's 1 hour every day essential? No, not Muskan. This is what I was speaking with somebody today in the morning. And she was like, I don't know if I can do 100 days every day. You know, it's like, oh my God, that's a huge commitment. I was like, yeah, it's a choice. And what if instead of going into, but I couldn't do it every day, you actually look at, wow, I chose it. I've chosen this commitment. And even if 1 day out of 100 days, I cognitively sit, what can I receive? What if that commitment, what if you committing to this money workbook is about knowing that this is now available for you? Mornings, 1 week, next week, evenings. The week after that, mornings, the week after that, evenings. So it's like, that's now available for you. And would you choose that? And knowing it's there, knowing that, okay, I couldn't really join in live. Maybe I will listen to the replay just while I sleep, just while I go for a walk, just while I cook in the kitchen. I have the replay. It's really that commitment to, it's really about, you know, when this came up, this 100 days, Isha and I were sitting together and we were like talking about the money workbook, and somebody asked us, would you please facilitate a money workbook? And we said, yeah, sure. But you know, the energy was of making a bigger demand, making this huge demand, this huge commitment. And for both of us, it was like, what is that commitment we can be? Which is not about the money, which is not about how much money. It's really about the value that I be. Because you, my friends, no one can really place a value on you. And that is a value of who you be. When no one can place and define the value of you, that is a value of you. So are you willing to be that? And to be that, it really, this really takes a commitment. This is really about the demand of that commitment to change, commitment to greater, commitment to whatever shows up. And greater with no point of view. Greater with not that, oh, I'm going to have $100 more million in my bank by the end of these 100 days. No, that's a huge limitation. That's a huge way of rejecting what else is possible. So, sweetheart, you're joining 1 day, you're joining 2 days, you're joining 50 days, you're joining 30 days, you're joining 75 days, you're joining 90 days. And like a friend of mine said today, I'm going to be on 99 days. 1 day I might not be on because it's my birthday. So, what if that's a commitment you can be? What if that is a commitment without a wrongness and a rightness? About receiving, your willingness to receive. I hope that clarified your question, love, Muskan. If labor works so hard, still can't be that rich. Yeah, I know. And that's the idea, right? That's what we want to change here. It's not about hard work, honey. It's not about hard work. It's money is never the problem. It's you that's the problem, like Gary says. And what is that? What does he mean by that? He's like, if you want to change your money flows, you want to look at your receiving. It's not about the money. The money has no point of view. The money doesn't care if it goes to a beggar on the road, if it goes to a prostitute on the street, if it goes to Mukesh Ambani, or if it comes to one of us. It has no point of view. Don't like the word problem. I know, but that's why Gary does that. He just throws that little wedgie into your universe. So it's really money. Money has no point of view. Who receives it? It will go to anybody who's willing to receive it. Which is why it's about your willingness to receive, to just receive. that truly changes your money flows. And it's again not just money, it could be your relationship suddenly changing, because when you step into receiving, when you truly start to receive, you start to receive everything. You start to receive the money, you start to receive the ease, the joy, the glory. You also start to receive some yuck, but you also have the ease of changing that yuck into possibilities. Because it's like we're going to have each other's backs through these 100 days. It's not going to be like, okay, I read it for you in the morning 1 hour and now go to sleep. No, it's actually, we are actually going to have each other's backs through this, because I really wonder what's going to show up. I really wonder what's going to change. How much, how much is possible that is too little, even when you look at it, because there's so much more that's possible. How much is possible? Are you willing to have that? I see two people's hands up. Do you have the workbook that perhaps we can take a sample look at over the screen? Yes, for sure, honey. I will just get it for you. I'm just getting it for you. Okay. Yeah. So I saw, did two people have their hands up? Anybody with a question? You're
Yeah.
welcome, Muskan. Thank you for asking. Yes, Neeraj.
Okay. It's like everyone would like to prosper. There is no one who would not like to prosper. At the same time, you mentioned rightly, money goes to the person who is attracting it or working for it. I don't see that anybody who is not willing to receive the money, and still everyone is not receiving the money. Money, of course, goes to there. I am working with somebody, and then I could easily sense that many of the people are working so hard. It's not about working hard, because I am also a bar practitioner. But at the same time, it is not going to everybody, even though they are struggling a lot. They are all, and I don't see that there is someone who is not ready to receive the money. So, anything regarding that?
Yeah, I know. I remember when I
हाँ हाँ शरू થઈ ગયું છે
I remember when I was asked this question, initially, Neeraj, by Dr. Dane, about if I was willing to change my financial reality. And my instant reply was yes, because that's a normal thing. I mean, why wouldn't I? I want money just like everybody else does. That was my point of view. That was the way I was looking at money. That was the way I was looking at what I would like to have. So my instant reaction was yes. And he said no. I said yes. He said no. I looked at him with real anger. I'm like, why are you saying no and I'm saying yes? He says, because energetically you're saying yes. Sorry, verbally you're saying yes, but energetically you're not willing to receive. And that's the point of view that keeps us verbally saying yes, 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 energetically saying no, no, no. So how many points of views do you have? Since how many lifetimes have you had them? And how many different people's points of view are you holding on to? So they can never be wrong, and you can always be right. That has you having no money. Right, wrong, good, bad, hot, hot, all night shots, boys and beyonds. Well, wow, yeah. Money is a lot about rightness and wrongness. And when we have a point of view about right money, wrong money, too much money, less money, not enough money, just enough money, these are all points of views, Neeraj. And we use that constantly in our business. We use that constantly in our creation. That becomes us. That starts to permeate into every aspect of our life. So you are like, you could start, when you start to be that, it starts to become, you start to be that in everything, with everything. including your relationships, your sex, your body, your business, everything. Because it's all about receiving, and I cannot emphasize on that enough. And we have been taught to shut down our receiving. Every lifetime, we've been told, don't take anything from anybody unless you know them. Oh my God, return it to them. It's too much. Or we've been told, do you know who sent that to you? Oh my God, don't open it. You don't even know who sent that to you. We've
And
always
that's,
been told to doubt our receiving and to reject receiving.
uh,
Yeah, Neeraj?
it's like I'm heading an organization and I keep on receiving so many point of view every day, starting from morning to evening. And it's not that I'm not receiving it, it's only point of view I'm taking it, and I keep on recharging them like anything. And the moment the person is out of my office, of course, I always see that the person is smiling. But that is a one part. Apart from that, I keep on energizing myself. But when I look at the money aspect, you mentioned that there is like nothing right and wrong. At the same time, we have a different tool mentioning that there is something heavy and light tool. Okay, so these two are like many people are not even using the excess. I practice, I do meditate as well. At the same time, many of them are not even using it. They keep on receiving. Many of them who are not practicing it, they are not receiving it. You rightly mentioned that we have been taught not to receive. Okay, that was one point of view, because uh, that is the training what we got from childhood, and that is how somehow we are going to overcome that part. But that is possible only if somebody is learning excess. All right. um, but my point
Are
is
you,
like,
are you going to acknowledge that you're one of the lucky ones on the planet who's got the tools of access?
of course, why not?
Yeah, and now from here, from this space, with the tools of access, Neeraj, when you spoke about we have the tool light and heavy, and we also have right and wrong. Light and heavy is so different to right and wrong,
True, 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 true,
right?
true, true.
Yeah. I mean, how different can your life be if you were willing to let go of the right and wrong and embrace the light and heavy? Look at the energy that that question just created in our worlds. Just the possibility. I mean, this is just a question. The question is just a possibility here. Look at that question. I mean, it just kind of opened up the entire space for all of us to be and receive now. What could our lives be like if we were willing to give up rightness and wrongness and embrace light and heavy? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pork, online shots, boys and beyonds. Yes. I like that look on your face. It's a wonder. Like, I like it. Have that. Have that and ask to receive from that.
No, it's not about receiving, it's all about I'm still in a stage where I'm not judging anybody. I'm just analyzing, because, of course, human minds are analytical, and I keep on analyzing. But at the same time, I could always sense that the way we mentioned, phew, uh, it's not about money. It's not about me. I wanted to convince somebody else, like how to convert the person while giving the bar session in the receiving mode, so that the money related issues can be resolved. That is how I would like to help somebody. That's the reason I'm asking the question. Yeah.
Okay, so Neeraj, there are two, three things with what you just asked for. One, never convince anybody. Never. If you try and convince them, they're going to run away from you. Okay, and this is really me. sharing with you because I've done this. I've done convincing when I started with Access. I thought that was the only way to have people choose it. I had to convince them and tell them how good it is and how wonderful it is. That'll have people running away. Never try to convince them. Never try to help them. Never try to help them, because to help them, you have to always keep them small. Instead, ask, what inspiration can I be here that can have them choose something greater? With everybody who comes for a session or comes for a class to me, this is what I always ask. I don't look at the help. I don't look at the convincing. I ask, what energy can I be here that can have the greatness of this person show up? Because for me, that is facilitation, that is empowerment. And that's in fact the graphic I even shared today. So what if you can ask that question, what energy can I be here that can have the greatness of this person show up?
See, a point is like it was the intention. Let's say I'm talking about a guy who is approaching me for the health related issues, whom I'm extending the bars, right? And see, they have certain things in their mind, and that is how they are approaching me. Right, and I do run the bars for a longer period, and I keep on
Yeah,
giving.
run them. That's the best thing to do. And you're doing it
That,
absolutely perfectly. That's what you want to do with them. Just
and
keep running.
that's what, yeah, that's what I'm doing. But
Yeah.
the point is, I wanted to see the changes because it should be a great case study. When it happens for a few people, it may be taking longer time, and for a people or for a few of them, maybe taking or results we can achieve in a short duration. But somehow, uh, even though I'm giving choices to them, the person is not opting for it, especially in case of money. So I
What point of view?
running the
What point of view do you have that doesn't allow you to receive from them? Your points of views create your reality, my friend.
yeah.
What points of views do you have that doesn't allow you to receive from them? Everything that is, could you destroy and uncreate that? Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, online shots, boys and beyonds. What if you can look at possibilities instead of problems? You know, I mean, what that space of, let's look at possibilities with this. When we look at possibilities, the problems melt. But when we look at the problems grow. So if you look at the question of what point of view do I have that doesn't allow me to receive from them, everything that is, I destroy and uncreate all of that. That is your willingness to be the possibility of a change. That doesn't allow the problem to be real. It's not about being delusional and saying, it'll happen, it'll happen. No, it's not about that. It's really about, okay, what is that possibility here? Because underlying every problem is a possibility. And the reason it's a problem and not a possibility is because we're not willing to receive it. So how many problems have you decided are real and true that if you instilled the energy of chaos, would have you be the possibility? Everything that is, would you destroy and uncreate that, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, POC, the 9 shots, boys and beyonds. Ask these questions, Neeraj, the ones I just shared. You'll get the replay. Listen to it again. Pull out the questions. Ask. Don't look for the logical way. I know we've lived in this reality for really long, and it's normal to. It's normal. It's not natural. There's another huge conversation which we are going to have in these 100 days of being our natural self instead of being the normal self, and we doing it the normal way, because the normal is suffering, the normal is pain, the normal is problems, the normal is lack, the normal is competition, the normal is fear. The natural is just you, like a tree.
being us, yeah, being us.
Yeah. So I'm really excited to play with that energy and to bring that energy into the 100 days and to actually start to look at what is What is the natural way of being for you that even you haven't tapped into up until now? Because you've been so busy being normal. Everything that brought up, could you all destroy and uncreate that? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pork, online shots, boys and beyonds. Yes, Manisha, it is. I mean, 100 days. I don't know what it's going to be. I think it's good. I don't know what it's going to be. I'm just so excited and looking forward to it. It's like my body's literally bubbling and so I'm counting the hours. I'm like, oh my God, just another few hours. Oh, I'm excited. Yeah. All right. So I have
Can I
two.
make a ask?
Yes, darling.
Can I make an ask here?
Yes, please go for it.
As I know that many people of my age are also joining. So we had a similar question, that is, we'll get bored. Do
You're a humanoid. I know. Oh my God, 100 days doing the same thing. So boring. Who's going to do it?
so can you include some of the exercises, because I know you can. So that's like an official ask I'm making out here.
Sure, my love. Sure. Yeah.
Thank you.
So, well, what is boredom? First, let's look at that energy. And then I'm going to go to the people who had their hands up. And then before that, I'm going to go to Muskan and share the money workbook. But I'm going to take Manisha's question first. So, boredom. What is boredom, friends? Boredom is when you don't have enough happening in your life. That's the energy of boredom. And we run away from too much because we'd rather be bored and have a reason to complain than just choose. So what is it that you are resisting? Being. What is that energy you're resisting being? And if you would be it, would allow you to have all of you. Because when we talk about, right, wrong, with that, talk online shots, for the beyond, when we talk about this energy of, it's energy of just reading the book every day. It's not just reading, you know, it's really about these fabulous exercises, these wonderful energy pulls that we're going to be including, these a few audio loops that you're going to be receiving from us, that you're going to be playing constantly every night, every day, 24 hours. And it's like if you're really going deep with this, I mean, it's not going to be just a superficial play of 100 days. That's which is why I'm inviting you all. Are you willing to really commit to that change? Because there's no stone we're going to leave unturned. We're going to look into all those dark areas of our lives that we've been covering and hiding. We're going to look into everywhere that we have, every area of our life that we have used to justify our rejecting. And everything that brought up, would you all destroy and upgrade that? Right, wrong, good, bad, what, work, online shots, boys and beyonds. It's about, so when there is an energy of boredom, how much of unconsciousness lies there? So if you're bored in this moment, if you're bored of your life, if you're bored of what you're creating, how much can you add to your life today that would have you outcreate this crap? Right, wrong, good, bad, hot, walk, online shots, boys and beyonds. And when you add to your life, you step into being more of you, which is what the money workbook does. It has you stepping into being more of you. Yeah. That clarify it, honey?
Amazing. I'm excited now more.
Me too. Oh, me too. I'm just so excited.
Can't wait.
Okay, let me share the money workbook. Here goes. Can you all see it clearly? I'm just reading the questions. Muskan. Okay, Muskan, you asked for this, right? Yeah. This is the money workbook. This is what it looks like. And now it has different questions. My money workbook is really got lots of, you can read it. It's got lots of notes made in it because it's my Bible. It goes with me everywhere. And the questions are that we ask to begin with is, of course, for all of you who've not done, the questions like, what is money? What does money mean to you? What three emotions do you have when you think of money? What does money feel like to you? And there are 13 questions, which bring up points of views, which bring up thoughts, feelings, emotions, because those thoughts, feelings, and emotions are what create your points of views. So it's looking at the points of views, recognizing how many thoughts, feelings, and emotions have you locked in there. And we all know, right, that the only purpose of thoughts, feelings, and emotions is to keep you finite. The only purpose of thoughts, feelings, and emotions is to stop you from being the infiniteness of knowing, being, perceiving, and receiving. What would the timings be? Pooja, the timings are 9:30 to 10:30 one week. The following week, 7 to 8 p.m. Is it 7:30 to 8:30 p.m. or 7 to 8?
7:30 to 8:30.
Oh, sorry, 7:30 to 8:30 p.m. So that's the way we've done it. So some people were like, we can't do it every evening, we can't do it every morning. So this is 100 days, and we so get that. We so get that energy of let's just work it out for everybody. So if you can't join a couple of mornings, you can join the evenings. You can join. It's like you can work it out in such a manner that it kind of works for everyone. And yeah, that one. And okay, so I have a question in private which has been sent to me, which says, how do we release energy trauma of money from our body? And how do we know that we've been holding on to it? That's a brilliant question, and thank you for that. So, if you recognize maximum trauma that your body's holding on to is fear of never having, which is like fear of what if it all goes away tomorrow? Today I have a home, today I have money, today I have a house, today I'm facilitating classes. What if it goes away tomorrow? And that is a huge trauma. And that comes from the space of holding on to PTSD, which is post-traumatic. It's like a PTSD in your body, in your life, not only from this lifetime, but from all the past lifetimes. There's this PTSD that you use to never create the life that you know is possible. It's like you're holding on to that so you can and to justify that PTSD and to keep that PTSD real and true, you have to constantly be in fear, which is a distractor implant. We are actually looking at clearing all the distractor implants that keep us from having money. Like there's a distractor implant of fear that stops us from having money. There's a distractor implant of guilt. I mean, how can I have more than my parents? How can I make more money than my husband? How can I have more money than my friends? I must hide it so they don't judge me. Then there's shame, because religion, spirituality, people around our cultures, they make us wrong. They instill this energy of, you should be ashamed of having so much money when people are dying on the streets and they have no money. It's almost like they blame you for having all the money. So we're going to look at that energy too, of shame of having money. We're going to look at the energy of fear of having money, fear of being taken away from. That, oh my God, if I have too much money, people will come and steal from me. So I'd rather not have the money. These are the points of views, friends, that so many, that we've been using since so many lifetimes, and we don't even recognize they exist. And what is the purpose of that? So you don't receive. I'll hold on to my point of view so I don't receive. So what I receive is points of views. Yes, darling. So I know there were two ladies or two men, I don't know who, two wonderful beings. Yes, sweetheart. Did you have a question?
No.
Ketna? Hi.
Hi.
Hi. You have a question, honey?
No. मैंने अभी join किया.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for being here, love. There was somebody who had two people who had raised their hands. How do I know who had raised their hands? Okay, so I want to talk a little bit more before we move on. So how do we release the trauma of money? When we hold on to the trauma of money in our body, it becomes a form of abuse towards our body, which shows up as sickness, disease, problems in our body that has us justifying our incapability of creating money. Everything that is, would you just, that has us justifying our point of view of the inability and inability to creating money. And everything that is times a godzillion. Would you all destroy and uncreate that, please? Wow. Wow. Right round the back, Matwak online shots, boys and beyonds. Thank you for that question. That is something, again, we're going to really going to include this in our program. Thank you for that, which is going to be financial abuse and financial trauma that we have so so included as our life, included into our very being. So what if all of this, guys, was a lie? What if all of this was a lie? What would then be true for you? My trunk, good bad, but walk, online shots, boys and beyonds. Any questions? I hope that cleared it for you, honey. I have another question from in private. Okay, so I have a lot of private questions coming in. What will it take for you all to be vulnerable enough to ask? So somebody texts me saying, my husband thinks money is cause of all evil. Oh yeah. He operates from black consciousness. What can I do? Yeah, that's a great one. Money is evil is a huge point of view. But something beautiful that Dane spoke about in the BDSW this time was, are you all willing to recognize and acknowledge the evil in you? I mean, are you all really willing to acknowledge that all of you, all of us, have an energy of evil in us? I mean, come on. How many lifetimes have we been evil? But do we run away from it or do we embrace it? What if you could embrace it? What would your life be like? What would you be if you were willing to embrace all of you, including the evil? And when we look at something beautiful that Gary says about money is, money makes you more of who you already are. Money doesn't make you bad. Money doesn't make you evil. Money doesn't make you generous. Money doesn't make you kind. Money makes you more of what you already are. So if you're more of evil, yeah, you'll be more evil. If you're kind, you'll be kinder. Money just makes you more of you because you are money and money is you. And you being you is you being money. But when you're willing to be all of that without a point of view, is when you're willing to receive from beyond this reality. So my friend, what acknowledgement beyond this reality can you and your body be for the evil that you be with total ease, joy and glory? Right, wrong, good, bad, but online shots, boys and beyonds. And what I would really suggest is Don't fight your husband. He has his points of views. Allow him to have them. You can't change anybody. What you can do is change the energy you be. And as you be a change of energy, everything around you just mutates and changes and transforms. Which is again, I'm going to repeat the same question. What energy can I be that can have the greatness of this person show up? Don't try and change people. Don't do it. It's too much work. You will exhaust yourselves. Just be the energy that's required.
Chandana, can you please repeat that?
Yes, darling. It is what energy can I be that can have the greatness of this person show up? I put it in all the groups today actually because that really is one question that I have been asking for the past, I would say 3 or 4 years now. Everywhere I go, everywhere I be, with every class I facilitate, with every session I do, within my family, outside of my family, whether I'm walking in the mall, everywhere I ask this question. What energy can I be that can have the greatness of this person show up? Are you willing to be that brilliance? Are you willing to be that brilliance that allows everybody to shine? I drank the bad vodka 9 shots, boys and beyonds. Okay, so I got another question. Again, privately. Okay. All right, I'm confused regarding having money because I'm 24. I have opportunities towards working 9 to 5 or going for business, which I'm more keen to, making right decision towards making my life better. And what I want is financial freedom to live on my own terms. Wow. Thank you for this question. This question kind of puts together what many of us live our lives as. Choosing the right thing. Having a decision and conclusion of what will create greater instead of asking what will create greater. And I don't know if you've done Access, my dear, but if you've not done Access before, we talk about a tool called Light and Heavy. And light and heavy is what is true for you is light. What is alive for you is heavy. So when we look at that, you actually start to be the lightness. When something seems light and it makes you light, you know that's a choice you want to make. But if you look at something and it makes you feel heavy, and that heaviness will show up in your body. You know, your body feels. So your body will show you, will feel heavy. And it takes practice because none of us have really been taught to do that. So if I speak to you about this, you may go into, and if you've not done Access up until now, you may go into what the shit is that? You know, it's crazy. What nonsense is that? But hey, that's where we want to exercise our muscle of light and heavy. And the right decision, like your question is I'm keen to make the right decision towards making my life better. And so that right is a very big limitation. What would my life be like 5 years from now if I was to choose this? And what will my life be like 5 years from now if I was not to choose this? Again, this is where you ask for the lightness and the heaviness to show up. And then you go with that. What the money workbook does is it actually brings you out of confusion and zero clarity with your life into a space of clarity, choice, possibilities. It actually has, because it's like when you have so many points of views that you're holding on to, what is really ruling your life? Are you controlling and creating your life, or are the points of views ruling your life? So when you are willing to give up the points of views you start to be free. And that's exactly your question. I would like to have financial freedom to live at my own terms. That energy is almost of, I want to be free to choose. You know, that's the energy with this question, that I want to be free to choose. And what if you are free, but your points of views are what are holding you and keeping you imprisoned? What can change for you if you are willing to give up your points of views? Would you then have true choice? Because that is where you have true choice. That when you're willing to give up your points of views, and I cannot emphasize enough on this one. When you're willing to give up your points of views, willing, just willing, the first step has started. The first step has begun. It's like, okay, I'm willing to give them up. Now what's required here? I mean, a great way of actually giving up your points of views is asking, you know, when you see something, like say for instance, somebody initially said that my husband thinks money is evil. Ask, is his point of view relevant here? You know, asking that question, is his point of view relevant here? Yes or no? No? Okay, unrelevant it. Literally like that. This is what I do. I do this a lot. I'm like, is it relevant? No, unrelevant it. It's not an English word, it's an access word. So I just go into unrelevant, unrelevant, unrelevant. Free. Is this significant? No. Insignificant, insignificant, insignificant. Out of my life. What do I choose now? What have you made so significant and so vital and so relevant that has it controlling you? What could change if you were willing to give all of that up? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pop, online, shots, boys and beyond. You're welcome. Okay, so any more questions? No? Wonderful. Are we good? Are we good to go? So this is the money workbook. And you know what? I would highly suggest you guys get the workbook. It's not about coming and choosing this class, guys. I really want to bring this energy to all of you. There are some beautiful facilitators worldwide, not just in India, but worldwide, who are facilitating the How to Become Money workbook. Some of them are facilitating one, some of them are facilitating 100 days. Choose whatever is light and fun for you. And I really want to bring this energy into the world, guys. It's really an ask that I've really been asking to be that energy of, hey, let's all just go together. So I'm doing this Zoom. It's for the money workbook. Yes, it is for our class. And along with for our class, I invite you to look at every other class happening in the world and ask, what is light for you? What is light for you? What class would you like to choose? And then go with it. Trust your knowing, trust the universe. The universe has your back. Having said that, we would love you to be on, and it's an open invitation. And yeah, we start on the 1st of September. So any questions before we say bye-bye for now? All right. Okay, guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much. We have one. You can also get in touch with Kanika. You can get in touch with Manisha. You can get in touch with Samantha from India. And did I miss anybody? And we have Ula and Marusa from Slovenia. And we have Julie and Lorena and Lawrence from France. So please reach out to any of them or reach out to me or to Isha, and we would love to have you guys on. I love you guys. Have fun and don't make too much money. Money is bad. Interesting point of view.
Thank you.
You're welcome, sweetheart.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Chandana. It was amazing. It was
Oh,
too
thank you, sweetie. Bye.
Thank you so much. It was amazing. Thank you.
Thank you. So grateful for all of you for being here. I wish I could see your faces, though. I'm happy to see a few boxes opening up into faces. I love you all. Thank you once again. Bye.
Love you. Bye.